It's always, you know, a good time to go to a gun show. Ladies, do not be afraid. All you got to do. So I just left from the gun show, and this one was much smaller than the last one. It wasn't that much to see around, so you know, we did some scoping, and I only stayed for like an hour. It wasn't even that big of a deal, but I'm glad I went. Always, you know, a good time to go to a gun show. Ladies, do not be afraid. All you got to do is stand.
She calls me day and night. I'm sorry, girl, you just
stand in the line. Normally they're like $10. Normally parking is free when you go. The ones that I've always been to, the parking is free, and it's very small amount because they want you to spend money inside the place. So it's normally like $10. They stamp your hand, and the stamp normally lasts for both days. So if you forget something the first day, you can go back the second day because you've already paid. So that's normally how it goes. Check on the website before you go. But yeah, it's super simple. If you're carrying, they make you empty out your magazine. There's two options. You can leave your concealed carry in the car, or you can make sure you go in there with an empty magazine. It can't be loaded. So don't have your weapon loaded when you go in there. And they just ask you, and if you do have your weapon, they put one of those.
I never meant to make you cry. You were right. Just leave me be. I'm not gonna put up a fight. And every time you wake up, feel
That's what it is, a zip tag. So they put one of those on the weapon so that you can't load it and shoot somebody in there. Basically, that's what it's for. That it blocks your trigger, and it blocks you from being able to load around into the chamber. So that's what they do that for. You can still bring your weapon in there, but just make sure it's unloaded and there's no magazine in there so that you can, because maybe you want to check for a holster, because I bought a holster today. Let me show you guys. So what I got in there was a holster. I wanted to try a different holster, so I did that. So I got a holster, and I really didn't see too much in there that was impressive that I didn't see at the last one. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me, but I'm always glad to go. I'm always glad to get footage for you guys, and I'm always glad to see, you know, what someone else has. There's almost hardly any women vendors. They had 2 women vendors this time, with weapons and like holsters and stuff, but for the most part the other women had like a jewelry cleaning service or something, and then another person had something else. So it just depends on what you're going in there to look for. You'll be able to, you know, get a grasp really quickly, because they're normally small. There's like 2 sides. There's like a circle. You walk in a circle, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's not a lot of space. There's not a lot, you know, to choose from in some of the places that I've gone, or some of the gun shows that I've gone to. They're not that big. So you just walk around, and, you know, sometimes they're really friendly. Sometimes they're not. If they're not, don't spend your money with them.
check the time. It's never what it feels like. Just throw me a dime. If everything was good, then you would
Keep it moving, okay? And if they are, then ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions like, what is this ammo that this takes, or what magazine, or, you know, what type of weapon is this? And normally there's a tag on the weapon, so it'll tell you what the weapon is, what ammo it takes, and the price. Okay, so it's very simple. You don't have to be intimidated to go to a gun show. They're very fun, and they're very interesting to go to. Like, one guy was selling like cowhide rugs, and then another person was like selling fox skin and shit. Like, it's interesting to see what's being sold in these places. So that's what I'm saying. So if you get a chance, go to a gun show. They're kind of cool, and I definitely recommend it. Okay. Oh my god, this is incredible. Are you located here in Georgia?
No, ma'am. I'm right here by license. I've been licensed.
was good, then you would feel alive. If everything was good, then you would feel alive.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on Tactical Tangerine.